What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, I want to talk about a story that broke in Chicago yesterday, a sad story at that. And it's about this woman right here, man. God rest her. You know what I'm saying? Her name is Octavia Redmond, 48 years old. She's a postal worker that was on the job. And she tragically lost her life when somebody ran up to her and let off multiple shots, thus taking her life. Now, a little bit about this woman that I've seen so far, you know, before we get into this story, and my computer just went black, so you guys gotta forgive me for a second. But this woman here, it says a little bit about her. It says Elise Foster, the president of the local news carrier, which you'll see in this thing, said Redmond's death could have been prevented, and it could have. This woman is a federal employee. Postal search workers and post office have been under siege for the past 2 years. You've seen people acting a fool in them. You've seen people sneaking in the back of mail places, stealing bags of mail, don't know what's in them. You've seen mailmen getting beat up and robbed, and a lot of them have got guns pulled on them. And people just went in their trucks or tried to steal the truck themselves. Whether they're trying to get these master postal keys or other things, these people are fearful of going to work. The U.S. mail is very important. Now, a lot of us have been blinded by seeing FedEx, Amazon, UPS, and we believe now that's the mail. That's not the mail. Some things still work through the government, U.S. Postal Service. And it should be no reason for any of this type of stuff. Take a look at this video. It talks a little bit about it, and then we're going to come back and really get on this, because it says the U.S. Postal Service Inspection Service is offering a reward of $250,000 for any information leading to arrest and the conviction of the person that did this. Take a look, and we'll be right back.
For postal workers. That's the plea of a union president after a letter carrier was shot and killed. Now, this comes as violence against postal workers is on the rise. Asal Razai in the newsroom right now with more on these attacks and the call for change.
Yes, Suzanne, tributes for that postal worker killed just yesterday have been pouring in on social media. It comes with the renewed push, as you mentioned, to protect postal workers. 48-year-old Octavia Redmond was shot multiple times while out delivering mail, Friday morning in the West Pullman neighborhood. Police say an unknown man walked up to her and started shooting. They got away, and Redmond later died at the hospital. Unfortunately, the deadly shooting is the latest in a string of violent attacks. Just last week, an armed robbery of a letter carrier was captured on camera. It follows back-to-back robberies of USPS trucks earlier this month. We spoke to the president of Letter Carriers Union in Chicago, who says these attacks are preventable.
And because we've been asking for help, we've been asking for safety measures, but it should not take it to come to this point for us to get what we need while we out here delivering our mail.
And right now there are multiple awards for information on these attacks. The latest reward for Octavia Redmond's death, $250,000 for any information leading to an arrest.
That mail carrier was a longtime mail carrier, known on her route for her smile and her generosity. Tonight, those who knew her left heartbroken.
It's a loss of life, you know. She's not going home to her family.
This flag hangs at half-staff outside of the Southside Union Hall, where inside there's growing fear and anger among letter carriers.
They need to be prosecuting them. We are federal employees. How dare you? And then you could just think you could just get away with it? My members are scared to go to work.
That concern now growing after 48-year-old postal worker Octavia Redmond was gunned down while on the job late Friday morning. Her USPS truck left sitting idle near 122nd and Harvard, where police say someone pulled up and shot her multiple times before driving off. Redmond later died at the hospital. U.S. Postal inspectors offering up to $250,000 for any information leading to an arrest and conviction.
One of our own, a postal employee, we take it as seriously as anything we could do in this job. This is why we're here.
I know her husband, he's a letter carrier, also assistant union steward at the station. She's just a great person.
And not only a wife, but also a grandmother who worked as a letter carrier for more than 15 years. Redmond's impact, felt by those on her route,
My heart is shattered because it was a nice lady.
but now it's a pain endured by so many more.
It was not worth it. You took a beautiful soul.
Tonight, no one is in custody, and tomorrow morning, grief counselors will be made available at the Roseland post office where the victim worked.
All right, guys, that's the story, and may this lady Octavia Redmond rest in peace. But I will say this, man. Seems like these people that are talking, these postal workers and stuff like this, you know, they come across as people that don't care about anybody. And that's the one thing I want to get into this story. They walked up on a stranger, a woman, just shot her up. Didn't think about her past or her future. It doesn't even say that they came and took anything. Just said they shot her up and ran. I don't know what that's about. You know what I'm saying? And it says her husband was in the post office and, you know, she was well respected in that neighborhood. That's a crazy, this is like all nonsense to me. Regardless if they were stealing mail or not, and they were saying, oh, the postal workers have been under siege for a while. They have been. And this should have been rectified a long time ago. Once this thing started turning into a big thing, it should have been some type of action taken, because it started to become a trend. And like a lot of these crimes, you're starting to see crimes being trend oriented. Remember, I was telling you guys, it seems like one person will do a crime, a certain type of crime, and then there'd be an influx for a couple of weeks, and then it'll die down and they'd be picked up by the next crime and people will do it. I think a lot of what you're seeing out here is faddish, these type of crimes. Will they go away? I think some of them will over time. But I mean, this type of behavior, walking up to somebody, killing them, not taking anything, and then walking away, it's so many different avenues of cause for this. But she should still be here. This is somebody's wife, somebody's mom. You know what I'm saying? Most likely somebody's grandmom sooner or later, if she's not already. But still, she should still be here. You walked up and took a life for nothing because you didn't get nothing in return. You shot her and then ran off like the bitch that you are. And they always keep doing the same thing. Did you see that other video that they showed in this video? Lady had a Jiffy Pop on, old as hell, out there with a knife or a gun, and she had something in her hand. But you walking up on the postal work, she backing up on you. Craziness. People are wild. For anybody to run up and try to steal anybody, I'm gonna tell you something. This need to be treated as if they're robbing armored trucks or banks or anything, because it's money involved a lot of times. There was a story I seen last week. I didn't do it. It was like 4 or 5 black dudes that stole money, like a bunch of uncertified checks or something, to other countries that they just caught, over $1 million. In fact, there's more than that. It is a lot, but they caught the guys, and I'm like, you're stupid. You're doing crimes that you know you're going to get caught. Checks got traces on it. Either way, it's going to come back to somebody that cashed the check, no matter how indiscriminate you think you are. Everybody think they smarter than a system that's been here forever and then took all different types of threats. Ain't nothing you can do under the sun that's new where they won't catch you eventually, sooner or later. There's always a weak link in the chain of people doing criminal activity together. It always is. Somebody slips up because of comfortability, so on and so forth. But either way, it doesn't start with the person carrying the thing that you think is a treasure that ain't got shit to do with you. That's why all these people that do all these random stealings and stuff like this, the energy that it gives off and spreads to other people to keep moving, I think it need to be a drastic penalty. Blast them out the frame. You catch them, take them out of here. Maybe to make people think twice. But either way, man, this woman does a job that a lot of us would not have wanted to do. Walking in the rain, walking in the snow, delivering stuff, being in the car with very little ventilation. Them mail trucks hot in the summer, y'all. I know I used to work at the post office. Them shit's hot. They got to wear a full uniform and all this other stuff to represent the government that's not even fucking protecting them. This should have been addressed a long time ago. It should have been addressed a long time ago. Ain't no way you got women running around here with $1,000 of checks on them, dropping them off, and criminals waiting because they know what time them checks come. And that person ain't got no way to protect themselves. There ain't enough police to go with every letter carrier out here. But I mean, people are supposed to know better. And they do for the most part, but they do wrong because they know it's a high percentage that they'll get away with the crime. Why walk up on a woman and shoot her up and then run away? What did you gain from that besides destroying her life? That's another thing too. A lot of these people out here that are doing all these crimes and stuff like this, they're able-bodied young people. You should be out there working, finding out what you're good at and going after your dreams instead of ruining somebody else. This woman got killed on a Friday. On a Friday. Who want to die on a Friday? If they ask anybody what day you want to die, Friday probably be the last day they pick. A simple day at work turned into a horror story for this woman and her family. All she did was go to work. Why is she dead? This is what we need to ask ourselves. They shouldn't be asking the community for help. When kids die, women like this die, men that are minding their business, when people are just doing what they supposed to do, the neighborhood should not have to be begged to say something. Because I'm gonna tell you something. The longer somebody don't say nothing about stuff like this, the more emboldened the person gets, and then there's somebody else dead. Maybe not by this person, but somebody else. Criminals watch the news too. Like I said, man, this lady, Octavia Redmond, rest in peace. It's a tragedy. A federal employee killed doing their job. They need to treat all of these mail robberies as if they robbed the bank or robbed the armored truck. Give them maximum time or get them out of here. Think about it, because they don't just steal from that employee. They steal from everybody in that neighborhood. And it's messed up. You know how many old people need checks or have mail coming? What if they go and take a bag of mail and you were sitting there waiting for some background data for you to go get another job sent from another state or something? It could be anything. Mail is important to people with the livelihood and past, present, and future of us all. Regardless of the documents you get, it's not for anybody else to try to steal them. And then once they get them, they either take your identity off of some of your stuff or try to get, it's always somebody trying to do something and take something from those that are doing what they're supposed to do. And that's unacceptable in itself. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. All these people that are doing this kind of crazy stuff, all it's doing is giving politicians reason to say, you know what? I'll stop it. Vote for me. I'll do this. I'll do that. And it's a lot of people are pushing. A lot of people say they don't like Trump. They pushing him in the White House. Because I want you to think about this. All these shooting deaths and all this other stuff. The man just got shot. What you think he gonna ride on? Next time he talk, he gonna bring up the postal worker. People can always relate, and they will ride with something once they see it has a story behind it. A lot of people are pushing this man right back in the White House, if you like it or not. But I'm gonna tell you something. Whoever's there at the end, when they are put in power, I hope they put a stop to this bullshit, because this is crazy. People are eating each other alive for shit that they don't own, but they want. It's a goddamn shame. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.